Josh, aka the Biscuit Eater, and I want to thank you for joining me for yet another episode of my Outer Worlds playthrough. Now, as we noted in our previous episode, this is a little bit of a different playthrough for me. I tend to play nice guys, I tend to play the sniper types, and we're definitely not doing that here. Instead, we're being dumb, we're being rude, we're being a bit of a butthead, and we're smashing things over the head. As much as I can, I'm going to be playing a melee build, which is going to be a bit of a challenge, but hey, that's what we like. Now, when we last left off, we had been stranded in the Hope, where we were in suspended animation for who knows how long, but were rescued by a mad scientist who sent us down to Terra 2 and the Emerald Vale region to get him some chemicals to wake up the rest of the Hope's crew. When we landed, we accidentally landed on our guide, killing him, of course, and so we found his ship. We've taken it over because, well, she's distraught and needs a new captain, so she's pretending we're Alex, her old captain, and from there we're trying to fix her so we can get off this planet. To fix her, we need to grab a power regulator, and so we've gone to the nearby town to see what we can find, and that's where we left off. We are now just entering this town, and it's time to do a little reconnoiter. So with that, let's go ahead and cue the intro and get on.
All I need is me, myself, and I. Sometimes I wish I was somebody else. I was somebody else. I go my own way. Don't care what you...
Again, one of the things I mentioned is whenever possible, I am going to try to steal. I just want to make sure that I'm not actually observed when I do so. But see, when you steal, you get a lot of really good loot, and that's really kind of, money is going to be kind of scarce. So, oh, there we go. We got a store discovered.
Another day at the cannery.
Don't go knocking your work. At least we've got work.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, here we got a
Keep
door.
your distance, friend. Sick house is no place for a traveler.
That's the case, I gotta go in. Pardon me. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk to this person.
I appreciate the company and all, but you really ought to leave. You don't want to be seen around me.
I go where I want.
Hey, keep it down. That kind of talk's bound to put sights on the both of us. I'm in about as much trouble as I can be. No reason you ought to be tarnished by association. People are gonna talk.
You make it sound like I'm being watched.
The walls talk, is all. We all got sights on each other. Any of us breaks company protocol, boss is gonna hear about it from 6 different mouths. Maybe you don't know this, but there's a real simple reason you don't talk to the plagued. You don't want what we've got.
Medical 5 and dumb. Have to. You should get really drunk. Alcohol kills germs.
I'm not allowed to leave the sick house. Even if I were, I shouldn't be at the cantina.
How did you get sick?
First, I started feeling real low. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't wake up on time. Started showing up late to my post. Morale was flagging. I was showing doubt. Company always tells us, weak spirits lead to weak bodies. If I didn't want to fall sick with plague, maybe I should have worked harder. Maybe I should have taken more pride in my work.
That's ridiculous. You can't blame yourself because you fell sick.
I really wish you wouldn't say those sorts of things. I told you once already. People could be listening. I'm feeling a touch faint. If you don't mind, I'd like to be alone for a spell. I don't want any trouble.
Okay. Guess I don't need that. Yeah, some of these items, dehydrated water tablets. So nobody can see me here. Okay, perfect. Dehydrated water tablet. I love it. We'll look at those item descriptions in just a moment here. Getting no sight lines is a good thing in this particular game. Now, sprats I'll usually go and kill, but okay, while we're in here, let's go ahead and look at some of these new items that we've picked up. So we have Gourmet Saltuna Filet, Spacer's Choice. Saltuna, special blend of herbs and spices, packed in oil and loaded with sodium. Meat, base health, plus 25%, lasts 2 minutes. It basically gives you a little bit of a boost of extra health. Tartarus sauce. A tangy sauce made with real atmospheric contaminants from Tartarus. Great on fish sticks. Just like they eat in Byzantium, yeah. So, pre-sliced bread. A loaf of sliced bread. Carbohydrates. 200% natural health regeneration. So good if you need to heal a little bit quicker. Fast ration pill. Provides flavorless sustenance only. Carbohydrates. 200% natural health regeneration. When you're hungry but can't stand still, all you need is the fast ration pill. Now available in brown. It tastes fresh because it was. Gonna love it. Tarmac and cheese. It's not real tarmac or real cheese. Cooks in less time than it takes a space pilot to land. Excludes crashes and force majeures. Zero G Brew. Made in space. Alcohol. Personality attributes +1. Hangover. Dexterity -1. Perception -1. Charm -1. An ale that's good for what ails you. Mock apple. Spacer's Choice. 1 medium-sized mock apple. Again, the natural health regeneration. Real mock apple. Real mock taste. Bunch of nanners. A bunch of nanners. Fresh means good. Fish sticks. As always, the first ingredient is saltuna. Same filler added. Fun for kids. Algae lager. The Legion lager. Mushrooms and algae come together in the best cold brewed beer you've ever tasted. Taste the flavor of the Rocky Mountain. Pet pills. If you need to stay alert, Spacer's Choice will give you perk. Voted #1 drug in the colony. Among Spacer's Choice made caffeine-based speed-altering products. The pick-me-up pill. This gives you quicker companion ability cooldown. Ollie Toxi-free. Liquid toxin absorber. Harmful status effect, duration -50%. Also removes earwax, now with activated charcoal. Trip teas. Assorted flavored teas brewed from tripicale leaves. Mind attributes +1, lasts 30 seconds. Each tea bag contains the finest natural and artificial flavors for the perfect cup of tea. Dehydrated water tablets. Water without the hydrogen or oxygen. Me. Body attributes +1. Just add air. Now available in carbonated. Jeez. Okay, let's look at the Adreno. Injectable healing enhancer for life's little ouchies. See, I love this stuff. It's so stupid. Okay. So, we have... Oh, we picked up some weapon parts. We picked up some armor parts. Even gotta read these. So, tool used to pick locks. Stealing is not the answer. Stealing is the question. The answer is yes. Unauthorized use of this item by any person without a security rating of A-5 is a Class C felony. So we're already felons. Wonderful. Weapon parts. Components used to repair weapons. A collection of screws, couplings, transistors, fuses, pointy bits, radio generative cores, stabilizers, splines, twine, gibbles, and duct tape. The average contents of a kitchen drawer. Armor parts. Components are used to repair armors. A collection of hardened fibers, metal plates, zippers, buttons, durable threading, belts, elbow pads, knee pads, shoulder pads, and leather patches. The average contents of a tailor's trash can. I love it. Okay, quest items. We've got just the captain's identification given to you by Ada after the unfortunate passing of Alex Hawthorne. This cartridge identifies you as the registered captain of the Unreliable. And then we get junk. Yes, there is junk. Canid meat. A slab of still dripping meat from a canid. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend not eating this raw, bloody hunk of meat, even without the bits of detritus stuck to it. The 5th doctor died shortly after ingesting the meat, so his opinion could not be taken for the record. Happy. Okay, let's continue. Took up a little bit of time there, but that was worth it. Okay, and I think we've gone through every room. Did we go back here? Can't remember now. No, we did not. Okay, no other doors we can go in there. But we can go into the barber shop. Remember, we actually had a quest to get payment from the barber. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
Merciful law. Is that a Marauders outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted off a corpse. Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
So rude.
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Oh, I am... So which do I do? Do I do intimidate or do I do dumb? Let's do dumb. Listening to you makes my head hurt.
This is what happens when you eat with your fingers. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Prepare my remains for what?
Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you presentable.
I'm looking to repair my ship.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
You're a vicar?
Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties.
You don't seem to like him much.
He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewater, gives off the distinct whiff of superiority.
Like you, then. Okay, so Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
I don't understand a word you said.
I mean that I can't possibly pay my gravesite fees. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
That's some quality drama, Conrad. You should audition.
Thank you, no. I despise the serials. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Hang on, medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
Just give Silas an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
There's more of the conversation.
What can I do for you?
Got some questions for you.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty enthusiastic about this
Edgewater
place.
has been good to me. I consider myself privileged to work here. I am never wanting for work, not since the plague started.
What do you know about this plague?
The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. Lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame.
Why don't you treat all your workers?
Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us.
Sensible policy.
We're a sensible people.
That's all for now. Conrad, receptionist shot himself. This is bad. Company's going to have to call it for what it is. Destruction of Spacer's Choice property. Eugene was an asset and somebody has to pay his body price. This is going to ruin us. So I was thinking that we pawn off his teeth. Eugene had a full set of gold teeth, heirlooms passed down his family or something. You're processing his body, right? Just dig around and pry them out. We sell the teeth somewhere nice and quiet, use the bits to pay his body price, and nobody's the wiser. What do you think? Don't write back. In fact, don't talk to me at all. Just give me a special signal next time you see me. Waggle your eyebrows. Phyllis G. Interesting. Yeah, we're totally gonna steal off the dead here. I think I got everything. No. They're all giving me crap about what I'm wearing, so these give me tech skills. The Spacer's Choice Laboratory outfit is designed mostly to resist stains, but it might incidentally resist damage. Marauder armor. This mining gear has some hard times in sulfur. Okay, we're not gonna change that. We can still modify that. And I am gonna have to remember next episode to mute Discord because I did not realize that would come over. Oopsie. Okay, so we've got the cantina here. We got the general store over here.
Another day at the cannery.
I already heard that part. Now, in here where he can see me, I'm not going to steal from him.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet.
Okay, I need to fix this ship. You know where I can find parts?
You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. He's up in his tower above the cannery.
Got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
What's your take on this place?
What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test? Am I being tested right now? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on Terra 2.
Telling yourself that won't make it true.
You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work, lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed?
Actually, there was.
Go right ahead.
Anyone I should watch out for?
Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here.
It's about this plague that's supposed to be going around.
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
Yeah, Spacer's Choice obviously cares about his family.
Spacer's Choice is built on love, and like any real love, it is cold and tough when needs must. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
And if you don't work hard enough?
Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Let's see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Your merchant skill is equal to the value of your best dialogue skill and is used to negotiate prices when buying or selling from vendors. Another reason why dialogue's good to have. Let's go ahead and sell all of our junk. Let's make sure, do we pick up any additional, or actually sell. Do we pick up any additional junk? No. So we'll go ahead and sell that. I just removed it from junk because I'm dumb. So where did it go? Where did it go? Ah. Okay, so do we want to... I still want to break that stuff down, primarily because it'll be useful for repairs and upgrades later. So we'll go ahead and sell all this stuff, because again, I don't really ever use these. Mock apple juice, a bottle of gently squeezed mock apple sugary drink. Okay, we take only the best apples, the mockest apples, and gently squeeze them in a 19-ton hydraulic press to deliver the complete flavor of the mock apple. Alright, we're good. Do you have anything I actually want to buy?
Not the best choice. Music to my ears.
Let's see. Ooh. Impact hammer. How much do they want for that? I don't have enough bits for that, sadly. Okay, maybe I do want to sell some of this off. How much do they? I'm not going to be able to afford it yet. That's okay. Well, actually, I sell off this bolter pistol. Does that give me enough? Not yet. I need 92 more bits. Yeah, I don't have enough to sell that off quite yet. Although I can sell off my ammo because I'm not going to use any of it. Still not enough though. Okay, so that would be wonderful to have, but it's gonna take a little while. Okay, and repair. We have everything that we can repair. This will use bits instead of. Yeah, no, we are not going to use bits to repair. And I could, if I wanted to, break into these, but he can see me, so we're not going to do that. We're not going to take unnecessary risks, in other words. Let's see. Always look for named people. Like Winslow here.
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to where am I again?
You're drunk.
What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Says so right on my permanent record.
Just don't vomit on my shoes.
Oh, it's fine. I'm only on my third bottle. I don't start heaving up my guts as long as I can count to 3. Company lets me imbibe as much zero-G brew as I can afford. Even gave me a discount on account of my injury. You jealous yet?
You were injured?
Yep. Got my mid stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on zero-G brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional.
You sound like you need a surgeon.
Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. That's like surgery, but for your hair.
Yeah, we'll leave you be.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another zero-G.
Okay.
I don't know you.
Alex Hawthorne, captain of the Unreliable.
Uh-huh. The Unreliable, you say? Never heard of any company supply ship with that particular name. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice drinking establishment. We're all loyal, hard-working company folk here.
I'm going to use perception here so I get the XP bonus. So something going on here that I should know about?
Am I that easy to read? Yeah, we've been having some problems lately. Loyalty issues, lines in the sand. I know where folk in Edgewater stand. But you, I don't know you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Can't have you taking drinks over to those deserters.
What's this about deserters?
Traitors. The lot of them. Bunch of folks decided they were tired of working and went out into the wilds to fend for their own selves. Town's already struggling to make quotas, even without that band of slackwits abandoning their posts. Bunch of lazy, shiftless rung leeches. Anyway, enough about them. What can I do for you?
I want to talk to Reed. Where can I find him?
Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson wants to talk to you? He's a busy man. You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a proper dressing down.
You see it like it's a good thing.
It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to live here. Simple as that.
There was something else I wanted to ask you.
Go ahead.
So what's your story?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
There's no need to be rude.
And there's no need for you to pry either.
What if I told you I just got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I'm not joking. My escape pod landed in the hills on top of a guy.
Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. If you took a blow to your skull, you really should settle down with some zero-G. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these four walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
It almost sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I suppose we've all got to do our jobs.
And be satisfied with our lot in life. I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
I should go. And do a little raiding. Why not? Woohoo! Got another mod there. We'll look at that in a moment. Excuse me. Good. If it's not bolted down, and I won't get in trouble for stealing it, I'm stealing it. Those open showers just bother me. I mean, that's... well, you can see. It stains. The cleanliness in this area. It leaves a lot to be desired, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. Spacer's Chaw. Armor parts. Okay, not much here. Anything out here? Any one out here? No, okay. We're good there. But we can... okay. And so we continue. We've finished with the tavern for now. We'll be coming back, I'm sure. Let's see. Oh, there's another... here's a named person. Esther, who are you?
I've got some time.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Alright, I'll leave you be. Wasn't stealing. It didn't say steal.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Where? Where?
Wait a second. I heard marauders don't talk much. You can talk just fine. Did Mr. Thompson send you to put the fear in me? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Perception. You want to tell me what's got you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
I'm positive you mentioned something about being plagued.
You don't know that. I could have been saying anything. Maybe I said vague. You know how words sound a mite strange when you're sick. Wait, no. Oh, damn it. Okay, listen. Maybe I am feeling a little under the weather, but I swear I'm on the mend. Please, don't tell the constable.
You should put a sign over your door or something, or at least cover your mouth.
And become the town pariah? I'm already the oldest worker in town. I don't need to give him another reason to avoid me. Hey, you're hale and healthy and possibly for hire, ain't you? Do a good turn for an expiring old man?
You can't afford me.
I'll scratch something together for you. Sell off some of my sundry at Moreau's if I have to. Just hear me out. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Not so fast. I got some questions.
I'll do what I can.
Why can't you just buy some medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
Come on now, Abernathy. You don't look a day over 90.
Tell myself the same thing every morning. You seen those young workers at the cannery? What with their unbent spines and pristine knee joints? I can't compete with that.
I assume there are guards.
You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
You never mention Marauders?
It is a reality of life in the Vale. Grass is brown, sky is gray. Marauders are outside the walls.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
I'll do it.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
You're taking an awful risk trusting me.
I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Look, I got my gravesite fees right here. See? I'm good for my word. Get me that medicine, and I'll see to your payment.
Okay, I'll leave you be. Every day I'm stealing things. Okay, that was dumb. But okay. I don't mind. Not much here. Okay.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Okay, now, last time around when I worked for her, when I did this quest, I actually ended up doing her side of it, because you're given a choice. So this time around I will actually work for Abernathy, but let's still get her side of the quest.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
All right. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it. You need someone to smuggle your medicine under the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you. I've got some time.
Okay. Wanted, Bertie Cotton, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution. Effective immediately for Bert Cotton, former vicar stationed in Edgewater Vicarage, no longer in good standing with Halcyon Branch Order of Scientific Inquiry, at large and dangerous, wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, sedition and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty, payment on delivery, must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Wanted, Gil Antrim. Writ of execution, effective immediately for Gil Antrim. Former Spacer's Choice Associate Mechanic, terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on grounds of unauthorized use of adrenatime. Wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft, and unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty, payment on delivery. Must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. And let's see, there should be one other. Yes, Doc Mabel. Wanted Doc Mabel Burgess. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution effective immediately for Mabel Burgess. Former Spacer's Choice physician condemned on charges of dereliction of duty. Disappeared from Edgewater with 2 parcels of adrenatime. At large and dangerous. Wanted for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, vandalism, and unlicensed practice of medicine on seditious criminals. Generous bounty. Payment on delivery. Blah blah blah. Just those 3.
Friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
We should keep our voices down.
As he looks at me. Yeah, probably right. Okay, let's actually go talk to the constable real quick.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need help with your Marauder problem, I am for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 Marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per Marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
I've got some questions for you, if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Does the name Phineas Wells mean anything to you?
His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. It looks like there's a bounty on his head.
You're correct. An outstanding bounty has been posted for information pertaining to the whereabouts of Phineas V. Wells.
If the board's paying, I'm willing to collect on that bounty.
Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. I enforce the company policy of Spacer's Choice in the region of Emerald Vale. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of Phineas V. Wells, you are required to submit that information to your nearest board authority.
I assumed you were my nearest board authority.
I represent Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which is itself a member of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Also, I specialize in processing fingerprints, so unless you're carrying Wells's finger on you, there's not a lot I can do for you.
Alright, so who do I have to talk to?
Any information regarding outstanding bounties and wanted criminals should be directed to Mr. Udom Bedford. Mr. Bedford's office is located on the Groundbreaker.
Groundbreaker? What's that?
Halcyon's original colony ship, now repurposed into a space station. Mr. Udom Bedford represents the board's interest on the Groundbreaker. Something else I can do for you?
I think we're good. Goodbye. Okay, bounty records. Open bounties. Should be all the same information. Oh no, here we go. So this is for Gil. Some of you may remember Gil Antrim from his days in the cannery. Please be advised that Space's Choice no longer recognizes Mr. Antrim as a member of its valued family. Space's Choice advises workers in good standing to remain in good standing by disabusing themselves of any sympathy, allegiance, or memory towards Mr. Antrim. Generous bounty. Blah blah blah. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, and Restitution has filed a writ of execution for Doc Mabel Burgess effective immediately. Doc Mabel is wanted on 3 counts of larceny, 2 for each parcel of stolen adrenatime, and 1 for depriving the outpost of its official physician. Former Victor, acting on behalf of the Order of Scientific Inquiry, stationed on the Edgewater Vicarage, suffered psychological breakdown upon showing symptoms of plague, at large and dangerous. The Spacer's Choice Department of Retirement, Termination, and Restitution has filled a writ of execution for Bertie Cotton, effective immediately. The Order of Scientific Inquiry has declined a response. Vicar Cotton's sermons are considered defunct and obsolete. Spacer's Choice advises purging them from your memory with the help of Zero G. Zero G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails ya. Generous bounty. Yeah, we're going to use... I think we're going to see if we can get... Okay, yeah, there we go. We're going to use that for our thumbnail this time around. Okay.
Wish we had some better rations.
At least you got your health.
Little comments too, I love them just because they're so odd, and you can get a feel for how downtrodden these people are, and it gives that feeling of the corporate breakdown of things when capitalism goes just a little too far. Here. You've tried the best, blah blah blah. Okay, maintenance division logs. Welcome Oakland P. There are currently 3 open trouble tickets. Trouble ticket 66565. 65565 rather. Summary: AEG loader serial blah blah blah. Failing on startup. Status open. Priority medium. Says reproduce. Turn on engine. Try it again. Try it again. Kick the loader. Curse injured toes. I have to enter a minimum of 8 steps. Try it again. It makes a rattling noise. Maintenance notes. Dang it, Clancy. I just got you back on your feet 2 weeks ago. Not that you got feet, but you know what I mean. Sounds like his stator's off axis again. We'll clean out and reset. Clancy's guts got caught and all pulled out, likely on account of somebody trying to restart him over and over again. Need to rewind all the coiling in number 4. K, stator's working, but there's something else off. Have to wait until it's quiet and spin him up for a listen. We'll take it. Priority. Priority issue, filed by Tolson R. Failure of main cannery production line at heat processing. Open. Priority executive. Reproduce. Start up production line in accordance with schedule, blah blah blah. Observe processing of cans. Follow first batch to heat processing stage. 1 or more loud popping noises. Smoke smell of burned saltuna. Overheat klaxon on monitor 6. Flames jet from exhaust ports. Automatic shutdown. Maintenance notes. Likely as not, boss got indigestion from being made to eat something she ain't made to. Again, heading over now. Issue has been open for 0 days. We have mechanicals. Open. Priority low. Priority automatically reset to low by executive level admin rule applied by Thompson R. Reason trouble ticket filed by Miller L. Steps reproduce. Look northwise. I said look northwise, blasted useless translator. Near scrap pile. Could be northeast from town, I guess. Observe mechanical. Thinking about all menacing like. See it. It's right there. Maintenance notes. No notes in this ticket yet. We will encounter him later. He's the other one that we have to get a burial fee from. So we will talk to him later on. Let's get that ration pill, sure. Okay, use Workbench. Install your mod. Let's go ahead and actually modify. See, we've got actually, yeah. Let's see. We know we've got some armor mods, so let's go ahead and install those mods. This is going to be physical armor rating +3 install mod. And sure, why not? Yes, we could use that on a different one, but you know what? We get so many mods over the course of this game that there is no reason not to use them. Let's check our weapons. I don't think I have any weapons mods yet. I think all the ones I have, if any, are going to be, yeah, weapon mods, which we're not going to be using distance weapons, so... Or if we do, we'll just be using the special ones. So my assault rifle will go ahead and break down, break down, break down, break down, break down, break down, break down. I'm gonna double check tremor. Let's go ahead and actually check my weapons list. Go ahead and break you down a moment. Well, okay, so we've already got a trimmer claver in there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and break that down. I don't have enough armor parts, but we are going to break down this, so see if we can now. Which one of you is? Okay, so we've got that now. Now we can check out Parvati's home while she's not here, and of course steal from her, because He's gonna be our companion anyway, so why wouldn't we steal him? Yep, okay. So, as much as I like bladed stuff, we gotta go for stuff that does more damage. If we're doing melee, we gotta focus on damage. Even if it's technically slower. Just like we gotta pick up nearly everything that isn't bolted down, because we need that good old money. Woohoo! Plus, as you can see, you get XP from doing lockpicks. So why wouldn't you if you can get away with it? You've tried the best, now try the rest. Blah blah blah. Species choice property. Maintenance division personal terminal. Welcome Holcomb Robert. Enter keyword for record search or hold down Control Alt F7 Enter to compose a new entry. Let's open last search. Last search. Indumati. Searching. 2 records found. Excuse me. First entry. Indumati left Edgewater today. She's been reassigned to Terra 1. I kissed her goodbye at the platform and asked her if I'd ever see her again. We both knew the answer was no. Look up and think of me, and I'll look up and think of you. Now, this is important because this tells us something about our one of our companions that we would not have actually expected otherwise, and I actually missed the first time going through here. Transcript note from Indumati. Robert, they wouldn't let me keep her, but I know you will raise her with love. Perhaps more than I would make time for. You are patient and present in a way that I am not. The company says she has no name until you give her one. Her name is Parvati. They tell me her birthday will be set on the date she's legally delivered to you. She was actually born on July 7th. Make her feel special when I can't. She liked it when I sang to her. It was the only time she stopped crying. Indumati. This is Parvati's mother. So this is her dad. Okay, this was her dad. Turn to root. Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering. Searching. 1 record found. Open last entry. I sat up last night reading through the Young Spacer's Guide. Almost started reading it out loud from habit. It's been 10 years, but I still have parts of it memorized. Reckon I'll take the next volume into work at the cannery. There's an unused office where I've been taking my lunches. May as well read the whole thing again. Actually, also useful information for a later quest. Bypass shunt. Oop. Can never have too many of those. You will go through them until you get higher hack skills. Or if you're going to play like I will be, you don't have the hack skills to hack it. Going out on ledges is definitely important because you never know what you're going to pick up. And I promise, this game is going to get a little bit more, once we get outside these walls, this game will get a little more active. There'll be a lot more action to actual gameplay. It's just, we're starting out here. We're getting into the nitty-gritty and actually establishing things. And like with any role-playing game, the first part is always just a little bit slower. But that's okay. I enjoy that type of game. That's also why I'm breaking this up into small 1-hour chunks, because I don't want to have a whole episode be just slow, long plotting and be over an hour long. Yes, I'm skipping sections at the moment. That's okay. We're just
wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Just keep working. Work fortifies the spirit.
We've been to the general store. Yes, we've been to the general store. So this is the vicarage, and that's actually where we need to go to actually meet up with the town leader. But I want to kind of search around everything first before I do so. And I know I am going rather slow. This is just kind of how I play these games. I want to look at and see everything, and I especially want you, the viewer to also get a feel for what is going on here. I want you to kind of experience it along with me, so I'm taking my time.
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to the vicar is all. None of us are above confessionals.
What have you got to confess? You ain't thinking of deserting, are you?
What? No. And I resent the accusation.
Wasn't nothing but a question. Do excuse me.
I must be on my way. Verity to you.
Now I love all this flavor text. This guy eventually becomes one of our companions, which is kind of fun. He's an interesting fella.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto, at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
I'm looking for a power regulator.
Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest you take such matters to Mr. Thompson in the cannery. Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around outside the safety of the town, you'd best be cautious.
Been outside, and I'm not impressed. And I can handle myself better than a vicar.
The Marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Handsome? What kind of weirdness are you all into around here?
What? You seem the perfect type to go blindly into the wild on a suicidal quest. I'm looking for a journal, a handwritten book, with the name M. Bokonu on the cover. I'll pay you to find it.
I assume you want to burn it once you get your hands on it?
What? No, I don't want to burn it. I would never. I mean, I just want to... Look, I have a very simple goal here. I just want to keep the writing out of laymen's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
Seems to me the authorities would be interested to hear you're after this contraband text.
On the contrary, my position means that I am one of the few legally allowed to possess such items. But do not worry. You'll be safe since you are acting on my behalf.
Maybe I'll get your book and sell it to someone else.
I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer.
You make a compelling argument.
Glad we see eye to eye.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here. Any progress on that matter?
I haven't found your book yet.
Please get it.
You seem pretty concerned about the book. Care to tell me why?
A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector would desire to possess such a rare book. Because I'm also a collector of books. Rare things in this colony. Appreciation of the written word outside monthly periodicals is virtually unknown here.
How did you know I was an outsider?
I've never seen you before. And there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal.
I'm no animal, and I don't like being insulted by you in your highfalutin language.
I merely meant to say that you're not beaten down by... You know what? Forget it. You have my sincerest apologies.
What sort of spiritual advice do you offer here?
They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands.
Seriously, that's what you're selling here?
Selling? No. It is free for all who seek it. I'm sorry you don't find these tried and true words of wisdom to your liking.
I was actually asking what your religion was all about.
The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan.
How much to put in a good word for me with the Grand Architect? You know, unofficial like.
That's not how it works. The Grand Architect has no concern for us beyond setting the plan in motion.
I don't get it.
Obviously. Look, if we can figure out how to read the grand plan, we can more perfectly align ourselves to it, bringing everyone peace.
What does OSI stand for?
The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson.
OSI, scientism, not very religious sounding. You sure you didn't make all this up?
Mock me all you want. I know my beliefs to be true.
Let's get back on track.
What would you like to discuss?
I found something else. Okay. So we got started on his quest, which is great. Alright. So we're starting to run close to time, but I think I'm going to go ahead and head towards the factory at large and get started on that particular
I'll
quest.
just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
Did I miss any doors here? I don't want to crouch, I want to run. Don't think I did. I think I have run most of the gamut already. Notifications, lost and found. Logs. Space choice handguns. Body counts at discount. Okay. Choice property. Found. 1. Left hand. Severed at the wrist. Some bone damage. People. This is our second unscheduled amputation in as many months. Please exercise caution and safety around our machinery. Maintenance fees will be deducted from your pay. Ouch. Hey, our first vending machine. But first, theft. Now, if only we could sell, but we don't have that level quite yet. Gotta work on upping our XP. That's okay. Can always sell at the general store later. Okay. Vending machines offer a variety of items to purchase, mostly from one company. A hack skill of 20 or higher allows you to sell items to the vending machine. Restricted items on a vendor can only be purchased when you have a high enough reputation with the associated faction, or a hack skill of 40 or higher. See, those are restricted. That could give me a backpack. So, first though, let's go ahead. Oh, I do have sell options. Yay, I didn't realize I did. So let's go ahead and... Oh, I do not have the sell option. Okay, so I currently have 571 bits. Is there anything in here I absolutely want to have? Those hammers look nice, but I really don't want to spend the money on them quite yet. However, updating to better armor, even without the bonuses. Ooh, with a block skill. Hack, hack, hack. Yeah, we're gonna do it. So I don't have the money now for that, so let's go ahead and now look a little more the part. There we are. Now we're looking like a company boy. Less like a marauder. Bathroom, nothing special in the bathroom. Okay. Go downstairs, or do we want to So let's actually check here first. Bard. Excuse me. Oh, don't mind if I do. Okay, there's an external door to that, I believe, which I would have to hack into. So we're not going to worry about that right at the moment. Woot! I'll take that. Oh, okay. So now, if I wanted to go the bad route, I could actually just go down and steal their power regulator right now. Would bypass and botch a whole bunch of quests, and it's not the playthrough I want to do because, again, I'm a good company man. But yeah, I could take the power regulator if I wanted to. And at some point, I may do an evil playthrough where I just take everything. And I would take both just for the sake of being able to. Which would be fun. But we're not doing that playthrough right now. Okay. So, there's that. Right. Note how empty this cannery is. They just don't have a lot of people working. That may be the shift, but I honestly think it's something a little bit different. Oh, another vending machine. Let's see what we got. Yep, we're good. Gotta go sifting through the garbage, see what I can find. Not much here, but there's a coolant tank, which I think is more junk. Okay, so let's get back on track, Josh. Maybe they can see me. Nope, he will be able to see me. Let him walk away. Like I said, it's a good thing to know the notice different distances and viewpoints for various people. That way, you don't ever have issues. Do the terminal. Company notifications. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. From the office of Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I have instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is the reality of life on the frontier. And as spacers, we are expected to face up to that reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicines to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Such a bad idea. Yeah, let's bring the plague to work. But, again, we're corporate. Think. Pickup Guide to Mechanical Engineering, Volume 2. Remember, we read about him leaving it here. That will come useful later. And there's somebody who we don't want to see me doing anything untoward. That's okay. That's why we shut doors behind us. Phyllis. Okay, we've talked about Phyllis before. Messages. Welcome, Phyllis Granger. From R. Thompson. Phyllis, owing to your hard work and positive attitude, I've sanctioned your access to medical treatment in the event of contagion. As you know, the company has not provided us with enough medicine to treat every worker. I wish I could treat every member of the Spacer's Choice family who fell ill to this plague, but I cannot. Medical privileges are strictly merit-based. Please do not, under any circumstances, distribute your ration of medication to any other worker. We are all in this together. Personal files. Oh, I can hack it. Okay. Last entry. Theodore buried last night. Reed asked me not to report his death in our quarterlies. Sounds fair to me. Was asked to prepare a statement or something for the other workers. Been thinking about it. Don't know what to tell them. Don't end up like Theodore. Do your work, show up, wear a smile, and you get your medical privileges. It's a start? So yeah, obviously, they're living in a really, really bad way. It's just not a good environment by any stretch of the imagination. The reason I'm picking up the sprat hide is it does sell. I mean, it's pennies, but especially in this early game, pennies are all you've got access to. So
Hey, I saw that!
oh shoot.
What do you think you're doing? All right, don't let me catch you here again.
Yeah, that was a bad choice, but sometimes you gotta deal with that. Let's make sure it did it reduce too much? No. I have 1%, so yeah, we don't have to worry about that quite yet. But we'll still go ahead and shut all the doors so they can't see me stealing from them. Because I didn't learn a thing. Logs. The Edgewater Saltuna Canning Facility strictly adheres to Spacer's Choice standards of health and safety. Notice, schedule your sick leave with your Spacer's Choice foreman and or supervisor. Be considerate towards other members of the Spacer's Choice family. Allow 2 to 4 weeks to process and approve your scheduled sick leave. Lost hours must be compensated to the company. See Reed if you're having trouble paying for your sick leave. We'll try to arrange wage deductions instead. Remember, work invigorates the spirit. Sickness in the body reflects sickness in the mind and sickness in the character. If you find yourself falling ill, it may be time to schedule a meeting with a local vicar. Man, yeah. It is amazing what these people do and how they treat others. So,
I need to explain this aggressively. The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
all right, folks. I'm actually gonna go ahead and pause it there because we have exceeded an hour once again. So we will come back to our next episode, starting in with this interview, I guess you could call it. Thank you once again for watching with me and for enjoying, I hope, this particular playthrough. As always, go ahead and, if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and feed the algorithm with offering a like or dislike, whichever you feel is appropriate. Make a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and as always, ring that bell if you want to get notifications of each and every new episode. As always, I really do appreciate you sitting around and watching me play, and I look forward to seeing your comments on the video. Thank you, and have yourselves a wonderful day, and as always, game on, lovelies.